The big question, of course, will be there is that can Ryan Smith make it 3 wins in a row, or will he find himself thwarted? Well, here is the grid, ladies and gentlemen, for what will be race 5 of 5 of the British Truck Racing Championship here at Donington Park, and it is on row number 1, the combination of David Smith and Adam Bint. And well, the Class 2 posters there, Adam Bint, he'll be absolutely pleased with that. Neil Yates starting P3 behind with Stephen Powell on the second row of the grid, then David Jenkins and Michael Oliver, followed by Stuart Oliver and Ryan Smith. That's going to be your top 8 there, and then Paul Rivet and Simon Cole completing your top 10. From the first 5 rows of the grid, we're then going to be looking outside what will be the top 10, so a little bit further on down the order, and we can see on row number 6 is Archie Handy and John Powell, and then both John Bowler and Tom O'Rourke will be starting on the final row of the grid. And after their difficulties in race number 4, hopefully they've been able to get those sorted, and they'll be back out there in full force. And I do believe I may have Pointy joining me in the commentary booth in due course, ladies and gentlemen. But as we do get set, all of what is our trucks are already out onto the start-finish line straight, all getting into their gridding positions. Indeed, these trucks, they'll be warm, they've been worked very hard, and keep in mind that some of these trucks, it won't be their final race of the day, because some of them will be needed for the International Truck Prix, the 40th anniversary of truck racing in the United Kingdom, at the very end of today. And the sun's not setting by any means yet, but it's definitely a slightly cooler feel in the air compared to, say, midday, but it's still very much warm out there, there's no doubt about it. And I do not envy our drivers in their respective cabs in the fact that they're definitely going to be feeling that heat, and we are not too far away from going on to the formation lap. But we have got another, what is 15-minute race coming up very shortly, and well, it is going to be a thriller. And keeping in mind as well, there's plenty of narratives here, including what was the race for second place for Adam Bint and the class winning race number 3 for him. Meanwhile, Paul Rivet making it 3 out of 4 wins in class 2 with that win in what was race number 4, and meanwhile in class number 1 looking towards the front of the field, Stephen Powell taking that second place in race 4, and what has been an upgrade compared to his third places he's had throughout the weekend. And also we are going to see a bit more, hopefully, from the likes of what will be David Jenkins following what was that third place finish in race number 4 as they pull away for the formation lap, gradually now making the way on around. And as they head in towards Redgate, well, it is going to be a gradual formation lap, but indeed many of you here excited for more British Truck Racing Championship. And well, the big question will be how quickly can Ryan Smith make his way through the field, and well, can he do it? Will he be able to, of course, because we have seen there's been absolutely stoic defences from a number of drivers over the course of this weekend, trying to keep Ryan Smith at bay. And well, he has really been an absolute monster out there, no doubt about it. But at the same time as well, you've got to give credit where it's due in the fact that whilst he is definitely looking to be on course to that 9th title come the end of this season, he is having to find a way on through, and well, man and machine just seem to be completely in sync at the moment. But as they wind their way on down here, and we have seen what is quite a few of the truck convoy starting to depart. Of course, there's plenty of action to come here, and we've still got an absolutely packed out circuit side of spectators at the moment. Everyone eager to get a glimpse of the action here in the British Truck Racing Championship. The BTRC, of course, sponsored by a whole multitude of sponsors on the right hand side of your screen there, including what is none other than Dines, also MV Commercial, Survey Fleet BWOC. We also have the Transport Monitoring Solutions TMS, also GT. We also have Truck and Driver, TRP, TK Total, Freyhoff, and well, they are your official sponsors of the British Truck Racing Championship as they make their way on the run up towards the McLean's Corner. But as they make the way on through the right-hander, well, it is now not too long away before we do go to the green flag. I think I'm going to take a quick sip of water because this could be an absolute nail-biter. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I should remind you, if you are tuning from circuit side at the moment or tuning from home, make sure to stay hydrated, particularly in this summer season, because staying hydrated is always good for the body and mind. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as our drivers make the way on through behind the safety truck, and indeed the whole array of safety trucks on display. So glad to see, and a huge thank you to our sponsors as well for being able to help us bring the BTRC to life this season. We couldn't do it without them, of course. And as they make the way on down, the BTRC family makes its way on down towards what will be the last couple of quarters. Of course, an emotional start to the day with the tribute acts right at the start, and the 1 minute silence that we did see for the big household name of truck racing around the world, Dave Atkins. And well, everyone racing in his memory, and his memory will carry on. And well, he's touched everybody down in the paddock, whether it be our drivers or our teams. And right now, everyone will be challenging their best possible pace and their best step forward. As here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final race of the BTRC at Donington Park. They head through the last couple of corners. The safety truck will be peeling away very shortly, and here we go for the final time. It's the 11 on the left, the number 5 on the right. Can Adam Bint take victory in Class 2? Can the number 11 roar away to victory in the hand of David Smith? Well, it's lights out, away we go as the number 3 launches very quickly, and it's a lovely start from Stephen Powell, who manages to go all the way around the outside, and everybody else just seems to be sleeping at the front. Stephen Powell absolutely nailing this start, and as they go too wide on through, when everybody's safely on through, it is 2x2, and they show you that they can go 2x2 all the way through. Turn number 1 down in towards turns 2, 3 and 4, and as they do, Ryan Smith already up to P5 that you can see him already looking for a move into P4. Can't quite find it at this time. He'll think about it into the old hairpin, but I don't think it's going to come alive. Well, what an incredible start to this race. They make the way on through what is turn number 4 through the old hairpin, and everybody right now absolutely nailing it. As Paul Rivet goes a bit wide out the old hairpin, so Rivet had a dismal start to this race, and therefore he's going to have the hard work cut out for him in terms of trying to recover his way up the order. And well, for Rivet, it's going quite slow. In fact, I think he might have been slowing down there. We'll have to double check on that very shortly. But as all of our drivers make the way on through McLean's, Rivet is slowing down. He's at the back of the pack now. I think there might be an issue on the Napa Racing truck, and if so, we're going to have to try and find out what's exactly happened there. But meanwhile, those are able to carry on at full pace right now while they continue to roar their way on down the back straight. And as they do, well, here's the number 3 in the capable hands of Stephen Powell. That is absolutely running away. But meanwhile, the number 1 on the inside there, and that's going to be Ryan Smith looking for the move on the 33. And well, for Yates, he's going to be claimed by Smith, and Smith gets that exit, that absolutely powerful exit coming out of what is the final corner, and they roar the way onto a second lap. And after one lap of racing, it is Stephen Powell ahead of Michael Oliver, followed by none other than David Smith, then Ryan Smith in P4, followed by Jenkins, and then we do have Yates, Bint, and then also there what is Stuart Oliver, who completes the run to P8 bowler, and then it is none other than John Powell who completes your top 10. But there is Rivet, Paul Rivet, just crawling along. And something's gone very wrong there, but it does mean for the Napa Racing driver, he will not be getting the full haul of points today, and he will be seeing his final race of the day curtailed early unless they can get some repair work in and get him back out on circuit. But as our truck racing drivers continue their way on through, and indeed brilliant races so far, when they make their way up towards what will be turn number 7, well, we do have the battling there, and Adam Bint, meanwhile, is being held to a stand by Stuart Oliver in the fight for what is P7 overall. And there you can see them there, as meanwhile Ryan Smith also trying to make a bit more progress onto the back of none other than what is David Smith, and already up into 3rd place almost, or is he? Yes, he is going for it here, so that's going to be David Smith on the right of your picture, Ryan Smith on the left. Side by side they go, and the Daimler is going to roar its way up the inside. The Daimler Freightliner versus the MAN TGX, and then the Daimler Freightliner, it just absolutely roaring its way out of each and every corner. And well, to be fair to Ryan Smith, it's the perfect combination of driver and machine, but now his next target will be to deal with Michael Oliver. And well, Michael Oliver, some of you may remember from races 1 and 2, was one of our truck drivers who managed to keep Ryan Smith at bay for a sizable period of time. As being on side by side here, that's Stuart Oliver up the inside of the 33, the truck, I should say, of Neil Yates. And Yates right now not quite able to hold on there, and it is going to be Stuart Oliver makes his way through. Now, I do apologise for the fact I don't think at the moment we do have Pointy, and I suspect he might be because he's got a very busy schedule down in the paddock at the moment, jumping from event to event. But as soon as he does join me, we'll make sure you guys and girls know that Pointy is here in what is the commentary booth. But in the meantime, I'll try and do my best I can to channel a little bit of inner Pointy here, albeit it's never quite the same. And as they make their way up into McLean's right now, absolutely brilliant racing here at Stuart Oliver. Now trying to break away from what is Yates, albeit Yates staying with him. And as they head in towards Coppice Corner, well, now it's all going to be about getting the best possible run on the charge up towards the chicane. But as they head on down, here comes Ryan Smith once again, and Smith this time looking to try and pick off the number 12 of Michael Oliver. And the MAN TGX on the outside there, it's going to fall by the wayside with just 4 minutes this race complete. and we've still got just over 2/3 of distance to go. And now Ryan Smith up into P2, and the number 1 will go hunting after Powell for what will be the win. And Stephen Powell will know when he looks at his rearview mirrors this time, or indeed the rearview camera, he's going to be seeing what is a very fast charge in number 1, and it is coming from him with only 2.5 seconds being the gap. But meanwhile, to give you a quick update in Class 2, it's still Adam Bent who leads, and then John Powell, who is in at P6, the best part of 2.2 seconds behind. So therefore, we've got a battle for what is Class 2's victory that could potentially come on the horizon. But Paul Rivet is into the pit lane, and I believe the Napa Racing Trucks Aspirations number 22 have been brought to a halt. Indeed, it's come on in, and we haven't seen it leave yet, so therefore it's a bit unfortunate. But as they make the way on down here, staying with the trucks that are still racing, we've still got the best part of what is 13 trucks touring on the circuit. And as we can see, they're looking to the very front. Well, right now, Ryan Smith on a charge, and trying to bring the gap down a little bit further this time. And I think the gap's already down to about 1.5 seconds, and barreling on forward as they make the way out of Coppice Corner. You can see that as much as Stephen Powell is doing everything in his power to try and stay clear of what is Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith is an inevitability at this point. Indeed, as they make the way into the braking zone here, we can see how Ryan Smith has closed off so much as they make the way from the right into left. Gap was 2.5 seconds going onto this lap. What's the gap going to become the end of this lap? Well, here we go. We're about to find out. And as they make the way across the line, it's a gap now that's come all the way down to none other, as we get the times updated after 4 laps, of 1 second. So it really has come down, and will still more to come as they make the way onwards towards another lap, going on to lap number 5. And we can see that, in fact, that's Paul Rivet who's been able to get out of the pit lanes. They've been able to get the Napa truck back up and running. He will be multiple laps down, but the key point will be that if he manages to finish this race, he'll get key points in his championship charge. And remembering, of course, having missed rounds earlier in the season, he wants to get as many points as possible to keep his hunt for that Class 2 championship title alive. But here's Ryan Smith, continues to be our focus on the camera. We'll also look a little bit further down the field in due course. And Smith right now close once again as they make the way in towards what is turn number 7. Through the right hander they go, and as they make the way on out, well, having a word there, I think, to say, Wolf and Stuart Evans there in the YouTube chat, suggesting that Pointy may have gone to judge the show trucks, which is absolutely fair, given there is a huge truck. There's a huge truck show special on this weekend, including multiple prizes for the best trucks of different categories and whatnot. And meanwhile, battling side by side here, albeit Ryan Smith looks one way, he then looks the other way, and it's going to be a move here onto the brakes. He gets ready to go. The number 3 is Stephen Powell being made to work overtime to try and keep the number 1 at bay. But as they make the way on out here now, will Powell be able to use all the nuance he knows in order to prevent Smith from getting on through? Well, Smith looks around the outside, but Stephen Powell seems to have done enough this time to keep Ryan Smith at bay as we reach the halfway point of this race. On to brakes go. Smith defers to the inside here, and well, Powell's going to turn in. He's going to find Ryan Smith right there, and Smith decides, okay, if I can't get it done in a straight line race, I'll get it done under braking, and gets it absolutely nailed on there. And Ryan Smith taking the lead. Meanwhile, just behind, that is, I believe, the number 12 of Michael Oliver, with what is Jenkins started to close up. A brave move there from Ryan Smith, but an absolutely brilliant move. And to be fair, needed respect given from Stephen Powell to make sure they didn't come into contact. And, well, the respectful race between the two gentlemen definitely being demonstrated on air there as they make the way up the hill. But meanwhile, Michael Oliver and Dave Jenkins are getting closer and closer to each other. But here is your leader as he makes his way through, and now looks as though he's going to be released. But we've got more battles a little bit further behind, and well, the big battle, of course, that is building in the fight for P3. And we'll also have a battle building a little bit further back for P7 between Yates and Bowler. But I think we are going to take a little look there at that battle for P3, and there it is as they make the way on around. And this battle, of course, between two drivers who've both had very good weekends, albeit they perhaps haven't been able to have as many points as they would like. But as they head on down, that's Michael Oliver in the number 12 on your right, albeit the time and tower will have the surname as Olive, but I promise you it is Oliver. It's just been concatenated. And as they head in towards what will be the next lap, well, Michael Oliver just trying to fend off David Jenkins, who took the wins, of course, in races 1 and 2 yesterday, and also in race number 4 today took a P3. Didn't quite have the result he wanted in race number 3, but still a very consistent run to podium so far. And as they make the way on through the right-hander, going through the red gate corner, well, Michael Oliver right now just not being able to keep his rivals at bay as they make the way down the hill. indeed now it does look as though for Michael Oliver, it's all going to be about that pressure. But joining me now, and it is none other than what is, I do believe, Pointy in the commentary room.
Hi Paul. Sorry for my late arrival. 5 minutes left on the clock. Have I missed that much of the track race? Unbelievable. I've been over on the infield handing out trophies to the show truck drivers. Fantastic turnout from Convoy in the park there. But of course then I saw a special face out there in the audience. My wife and son have come to see me, which is terribly nice. And let's just say I got distracted. Say hello, Henry.
Hello.
There we go. I'm sure we broke every speaker in the UK with that announcement, but there we go. Henry's probably going to be a commentator like Daddy one day, but until then, we've got 5 minutes left, just over 5 laps left of this race. Yes, indeed, that is number 12, Michael Oliver, in what Henry likes to call the Batman truck. Of course, last year's livery saw these trucks in black and yellow. And of course, any young guys out there would understand that that is synonymous with the Caped Crusader himself. Dave Jenkins all over the back though of Michael Oliver, looking for a gap through. Will he be able to make it? Swerving around, but he thinks better of it just before that turn. Still about 2 seconds behind that third place. But I tell you what, it's going to be a phenomenal result there again for Michael Oliver and Steve Powell if they manage to take another podium, and I'm sure I'll be happy to see them down in Parc Fermé.
Oh, 100%. Appreciate that, Pointy. But Pointy's going to have to depart once again. He's quickly popped in to make sure that you guys and girls at home know he hasn't disappeared, but he's got such a hectic schedule right now, and also spending a little time with family as well. I mean, who could blame him given the fact that he's been putting in an absolutely huge stint this weekend, the voice of the British Truck Racing Championship, and well, as we continue our battle here for P4, I was going to ask him the question that some of you asked, which is has Archie Handy been able to take a podium in Class 2 over the course of this season? I'm not aware of one. I think he may have, in fact, a little bit earlier in the season, but don't quote me on that. But meanwhile, we continue to keep our eyes here on the battle between the 11 and the 7. The 11 being piloted by David Smith, the 7 meanwhile being piloted by Stuart Oliver. And as they make the way on through Coppice Bed right now, nose to tail they go. And well, it's much like from one member of the Oliver family to the other. Michael Oliver in P3 fending off what is Dave Jenkins, and meanwhile here we do see what is Stuart Oliver on the attack versus the number 11 David Smith. But they head down towards the braking zone, and with Stuart the father, I think Michael the younger, unless I'm mistaken, as they head on through at what is turns 9 and 10. Right now 3 minutes left on the clock, and behind him it's number 14 of John Bowler, who is getting closer and closer. Bowler not picking up any podiums this weekend, interesting, but meanwhile, speaking of picking up podiums, picking up, oh my goodness, that is a big way to time out, and that is Dale Bent. That is there, not Dale Bent, that's Adam Bint, I should say. Absolutely put himself up with 2 wheels there, hitting the inside tyres at turn number 9, and well, as they make the way down, that's a change for the Class 2 lead, and that is going the way of John Powell. Well, Powell right now, absolutely pleased, I'd say, given the fact it all went wrong at the start of the day yesterday, race number 1 on Saturday, so I'm having to come into the pits with problems. And here's a replay, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly happened. Side by side, they battled the way down, and this was for the leader Class 2, and you can see their Powell going around the outside, sweeps on through, and in the end, Adam Bint turns in a bit too early, ends up clipping the tyres, and well, it sends the tyres sideways, sends the rear of the truck also sideways as well, and will brilliantly captured there by Adam Bint, bringing it back together. What a slide. And well, as we return to your live racing pictures, 2 minutes left on the clock, and well, now we're looking back here to the battle of the 12 and the 69 for the final overall podium position, the final podiums position of the Class 2 category, Class 1 category I should say, as I get my numbers right the second time round. And here we can see a move from Jenkins as he looks to go around the outside, but Michael Oliver is not going to give up at all here as they head in towards, oh my goodness, and well, that is a very slow moving member of the Oliver family, that's Stuart Oliver, and I think something has broken on the number 7, and well, will they be able to get back to the pit lane with only a minute and a half to go? I suspect it will crawl, but definitely that is a sad end to the day for Stuart Oliver, and well, that is going to completely bookend what is his 5th race of this weekend on a bit of a negative. But meanwhile, with 1 minute or so to go, we've still got one member of the Oliver family pushing on, and we've got more battles elsewhere. This is the lead battle for Class 2. There's the fight between Powell and what is Bint as they continue to push after each other for P9 overall, and it's the DAF versus the Volvo as they make the way out of turn 1 down towards turn 2. Multiple different manufacturers here on the grid today. And as they make their way onwards, well, here is your leader. He's going to have one more lap after this. Ryan Smith, your overall leader, just running away right now. As we've also got some post-race time penalties pending, including 5-second penalties for both. What is there? I do believe David Smith is running in P5, and also none other than Simon Cole in P11. And well, as they come across the line, it is going to be here the number 1 of Ryan Smith that carries its way onto one final lap today as he heads down in towards the braking zone for Redgate Corner, comfortably in lead. But meanwhile, we can see here that battle for the Class 2 lead doesn't look as anywhere near as comfortable for none other than John Powell as he would like it to, as they head through the right-hander and onwards towards what will be their final lap. Paul Rivet going slowly there. Has he got the recurring issue from earlier, or has he decided just to back off to let his fellow competitors who are a lap up on him through? Albeit that will be heartbreaking either way, given the fact he's competing with these drivers who just passed him, of course, for championship glory. Well, as they make the way through, I think that is a slow-moving Paul Rivet in the number 22. And I think that might be his race of this weekend coming to a rather sad end. But meanwhile, we look here to your leader. He's only got what is another 3 corners to go as he clears McLean's. And well, for Ryan Smith, after what was a Saturday of second places, today it has been first places across the board on Sunday so far. And with only 2 more corners between him and victory right now, you've got to say that after what was an absolutely dominant run at Thruxton, 5 out of 5, well, it hasn't quite been perfection here at Donington Park, but it's come close, and he's had to do it against adverse circumstances and not taking part in qualifying as of yesterday. But still, the path to a championship crown is littered with challenges, and today Ryan Smith on Sunday has taken all 3 wins, and he seeks the checker flag, and he takes it for a race 5 of 5 in the British Truck Racing Championship at Donington Park, and well and truly on his way to defend that title with the number 3 as Stephen Powell comes home second place. And in a drag race line, it will be Michael Oliver who rounds off the podium ahead of Dave Jenkins. We will then see the number 40 of Archie Handy take P4 there, albeit a lap down, but take full place in Class 2. And then I will see what is there. I do believe that's the number 11 of none other than David Smith that manages to outrun. Well, in fact, no, that's the number 14 of Bowler that's come home in P5, because we've got to keep in mind those post-race time penalties. Our apologies. With Tom Rook in P6, and then it will be a Yates in P7, and we do have David Smith in P11. But what about the battle for the Class 2 win? And well, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. John Powell is going to take the win in Class 2, and that, I believe, is his first win of the weekend. And what a result there. And well, given the fact that he had come off of a run of 5 out of 10 wins in the last couple of rounds, will now back to winning ways for John Powell, with Adam being just behind. And then it will be none other than the 41 of Simon Cole that will come through to complete that finishing order in what will be P3 in Class 2. Even with a post-race time penalty, it's not going to stop him from being on the Class 2 podium. But there is Ryan Smith, and well, what a Sunday he's had. The hard work all paying off, and well, as he heads on through what is there, the Coppice Corner, and heads back towards Parc Ferme. Let's bring you those provisional results, subject to any stewards' inquiries, of course, ladies and gentlemen. And in race 5 of 5 here for this weekend in Convoy in the Park 2024 at Donington Park, Ryan Smith takes the final win of the British Truck Racing Championship at Donington Park ahead of Stephen Powell, with Michael Oliver completing your top 3. David Jenkins just missing out narrowly there by what was in the end 2 tenths, if that, but still a P4 ahead of John Bowler, with Tom O'Rourke, Neil Yates and David Smith completing the top 8. We've then got John Powell, who won Class 2, and well, John Powell doing a fantastic job there and picking up at least 1 win this weekend, albeit some podiums also coming his way, and fending off Adam Bint along the way after that brilliant pass into the Robert chicane. Simon Cole, best of SP11, but 3rd place in Class 2, and Archie Handy a lap down, but bring it to the checker flag. An unfortunate retirement for Stuart Oliver and Paul Rivet. And still, I think they managed to carry on in the end, albeit at depleted capacity. But what a race, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings our BTRC race to a close. And we can see here some fun being had by our drivers with regards to the final race, doing some sideways drifting by looks like some truck drifting. And well, given the fact it's the final race of the weekend, you can imagine that those tyres will have been spent, and therefore their logic will be here that they can afford to burn those tyres, because they won't be running that set again for the purposes of the upcoming weekends. And well, as we also do see the Convoy making a bit of a departure there, we go from the replay, I think, to excuse me, what is our live pictures, and apologies for the rapid transition. But there we go, as the convoy continues to make its way out. Of course, a lot of the show truck classifications, and indeed the judging complete, and Pointy working on that with me. And I did appreciate him making a quick cameo over the purposes of this one. And well, it wouldn't be the BTRC without the voice of BTRC being was good old Pointy. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we've still got plenty more racing to come, of course, in the fact that whilst it may be 4:10 in the afternoon, or coming up to that here local time in the United Kingdom, well, that was what we call a race, race number 16 in the afternoon. We've still got 4 more races to come. Would you believe it? Yep, we are still ram-packed to an absolutely blistering schedule. And well, there you can see. Coming up next at 4:30 is the third of the races for this weekend, second of the day for the Mini Challenge Club Sport with AirTech Motorsport. We've then got the Adrian Flux MG Owners Club Championship, Britcar Trophy, and also the International Truck Prix to wrap up. But we're going to get a word with Pointy down in Parc Ferme.
Betty Swallocks. I said that, I'm allowed to. Bit warm.
Sweaty Betty.
That's it, very, very.
Very warm.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, full credit to the driving standard again, I'll say.
30 degrees external, it must be at least double that in there.
Yeah, it's 60 degrees, but we load up on water. Steve Powell's had a fantastic weekend, drove very well. You know, everyone's been fair with each other. We didn't have the great start in qualifying, but it's ended well, and you know, the team and the sponsors, and I know everybody wants to come here, and I'm always mindful that everybody wants to win, and there can only be one winner per race and stuff like that, but we do work hard and we do put a lot of effort in.
Yeah, everybody does, definitely.
But everybody does, and you know, like you said it, you hit the nail on the head. People are away from their families, helpers, yourself, you know, your son and partners come this today and to see.
Just left him in the media centre.
and it's what we do because we love. But Dave drove extraordinarily well yesterday, and you know, I think the championship as a whole, you know, I've won the 3 races today, so it's going to look like on paper that I've stole the show, but that's not the case, because Dave Smith flying, Michael Oliver's standard of driving and his results are starting to come. Stewart's in a new truck after the dismal season he's had.
Still takes the trophy
Steve
home
Powell
first
and Dave Jenkins are fighting, and you know, credit to my team. I believe I've got the best team, I've got the best truck, and I'm not bad myself.
You're all right yourself. People have said it. I'm starting to believe them.
Absolutely. But again, it's been a great weekend. Thanks to all our sponsors. Too many to name.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
you know, being at the front, I hope that we've networked their name quite well. And yeah, thanks to everyone who's come and supported the championship and us as a team.
Fantastic. Ryan Smith, thank you very much. Talk about turning it round. 2 struggles yesterday, see 3 incredible podiums today. Let's go and find then Division 1 second place, Steve Powell. Steve, another fantastic trophy for you. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, over the moon, yeah. Had a great weekend, yeah. He's got so much pace. So
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's
really
crazy, yeah. It's a little bit frustrating, but we're getting used to it. No, but like, we're closing the gap really for us, so like, yeah, I'm over the moon with it. It's really, really good. We'll get away, you know, the inevitable, but to keep, look, we're keeping the likes of Michael behind us, Dave behind us, Stuart. It's nothing to be sniffed at, you know what I mean? So
I was going to talk to Michael, but he's just kind of sauntered off on his buggy.
yeah, he's not used to getting on the podium.
He's not used to waiting around for interviews, is he?
Division 2's the last time we probably got on the podium. But no, it's good. Like I say, we're keeping a good lot of drivers behind us. So yeah, really pleased with it for the team and everyone. So
these naughty boys behind you.
I was going to shout out my wife though, because she's been brilliant this weekend.
She's helped me as well, setting the trophies up. Yeah, I mean, she gave all the first place hats away, you know, the first race.
Cheese and toasties to die for as well.
No, I will vouch for the cheese and ham toasties. They were phenomenal.
Yeah, they were phenomenal, and I'm not allowed to say that word.
You're not allowed to say phenomenal?
No.
Oh, well, I'll say it, phenomenal. Oh, cheese and ham toasty, or they call it.
I'd like to say one more thing.
Go on.
Well done, Matt.
Matt.
It's a private joke, but they all know what I mean.
Okay, well done, Matt. There you go. We'll leave that there. I'm not allowed to reply to that. I can't. Yeah, they won't have heard you say it, don't worry. Yeah, wait until the podium. Wait until the podium. Well, we've lost Michael. Obviously, Paul Rivette having some serious issues with his truck there. Lost pace, but just about finished the race, of course, so that made it worth it for him. Paul, what happened? What happened, mate?
We lost the top 2 gears, unfortunately, so it was a case of limp it home for some points, then that was all we could do, and do my best to stay out the other guy's way. So, you know, I was waiting for track limits then, the amount of time I was on the grass getting out of their way.
Well, yeah, maybe they let you off because you killed your truck.
Yeah, unfortunately. But look, at least it happened in the last race of the weekend, and we've had a great weekend. You know, the crowd have been great, the racing's been great, so yeah, I'm going to run off and go and see him, get some guests in our hospital.
Right, nice, I like it. Have fun, Paul. Get it fixed before we see you again. Right, let's see if we can't find Dave Smith here chilling as well. Last race for the BTRC this weekend. Last race for you then, of course, as well this weekend. How have you found it?
Yeah, I think we've improved every race. So last race, I think we finished, what, 5th on track. Got some penalties for track limits, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Been a good weekend, really good weekend.
Good, love it. This is the positivity we want. We'll see you again at Snetterton. Of course, Snetterton only 2 weeks before we go over to Le Mans in late September. It's going to be a very tight few weeks for us in the British Truck Racing Championship. John Bowler, good to see you on all of your races. Unfortunate issue earlier on, of course, but you got it back out.
Yeah, we did, yeah. We started in back of the grid, I think we were 14th and we finished 5th apparently, so yeah, we've
hell of a way to turn it round.
Worked our magic, me and the team.
The magic men over in Team Bowler, that's what we want to see. Good job on you, buddy. We'll see you at Snetterton as well. Now, fingers crossed, we can see. We haven't seen Neil Yates yet this weekend, so we'll have a quick chat to Neil Yates. Neil, how are we doing, buddy? We've seen, I feel like you've come into your own a little bit through this weekend. We've started to see taking positions, we've started to see better lap times. How are you feeling? Do you think it took someone like Anderson to say, no, just leave that at number 3 and crack on?
There's a mixture of, without a shadow of a doubt, he's been my mentor for the weekend, and an amazing mentor, I have to say. The truck is amazing, but understanding not only why you do things, but how to do things, and the reason of doing it is a massive help this weekend. I've loved every minute, lost about a stone in sweat.
Haven't we all? And I've not even been in a truck. I mean, I've done running though, I've been running, yeah.
Well, no, it's been an amazing weekend. Love the truck, love the help. Thanks to Jamie and the team, they've pulled it off. We worked till midnight last night after a few problems yesterday, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. Well, great to hear you enjoying yourself, because that's what we do this for, believe it or not.
So I've heard.
Yeah, actual pleasure.
It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah. It won't cost you much, they said.
Well, I go away smiling, so there we go, as per normal.
Yes, exactly. As much as anything in life, if you leave smiling, you've done a good job. Neil Yates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to him. I think we've just got time to speak to Division 2's. Where's he gone? Just taking a break in the breeze. The sun is, thank goodness, starting to give in to some cloud cover now, and we can feel a bit of air movement around. You're just taking a breather.
Oh, I was keeping my eye on the jumbo jets actually. To be
you don't want them landing on you, do you?
Well, nearly did earlier in the first race. They're coming down the back straight, and I said to him, "There's a jumbo jet coming."
They are very close, aren't they?
Very close, yeah.
They're all going on holiday to China, I think.
I believe so. Well, no, I think they might be coming back actually.
Oh, so, right. They're landing most likely. Yeah.
None of them look very happy on there.
Oh, no, we're home then. Oh dear. What a turnaround! I'm so happy for you, honestly. What a result.
Yeah, we needed that, and we've actually the water stayed in it this time. So
good.
That's not what's leaking.
Well, no, that's just the radiator coolers.
Yeah. So it went off a little bit towards the end, but you know, tyres is temperature really, isn't it? So
yeah, it was. I think you've all done very well in the conditions, extremely hot conditions. But now, of course, a weird one. You actually get to enjoy watching a truck race now instead of rebuilding yours and panicking. You get to see the international.
Yeah. It's actually nice. I watched it yesterday for the last one yesterday, so we'll get over there this afternoon and go and see that.
Who'd have thought enjoying a bit of truck racing?
Who's your money on?
Let's
have a little tenner.
I think Neil's going to take this one away from Anderson. You know.
Do you know? Well, I don't know. I think maybe Anderson. So.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to be different.
I'm rooting for the 33.
I was just trying to be different. Yeah, I mean, I know it's probably going to be Anderson, but you know.
It might be a Scania. You never know. So.
Oh.
It's Steve Thomas.
No. Yeah. Steve might have it in him, but I don't think the Scania has. Bless him.
The Scania needs to be in Division 2.
Yeah. Could you see a space for it Division 2?
I don't see why not, to be honest with you.
Like to get some more faces in Div 2. I think it'd be good next year.
Yeah, it needs a driver.
Plenty of trucks. I mean, I didn't realise until they all started bringing them out the back of the warehouse. You know, Stuart Oliver's got a spare one knocking about, obviously, as well as the Scania. You know, we've got a couple from other teams.
Arswayne Easton, he's got like a race truck graveyard down his
Oh, that's a very good
yeah,
point.
He's got to bring a few out.
He's put most of them in there as well.
Yeah. So, did we say that?
What we're talking about.